Okay, hi everyone. So for those of you who it's your first time using Arc Pro, I wanted to just quickly go over how you first download the data and briefly how to organize it. This is just my own tips on how to do it. You of course can develop your own system. But to start, you'll have downloaded the data from the Canvas page for the assignment. It'll be in your Downloads folder on your Windows system. So this isn't the file, but obviously most files look like this. So you left click on it. Again, this is what I do, and I go to Extract All, and you will browse to the folder you want to put it in. Now before you do that, I will set up, and again, this is what I do, I set it up in my desktop. In this case, I have an icon called GIS Textbook Data, and I created a folder called Chapter 5 Data. Okay, so you can do the same thing, or you can hide it or take it wherever it is you're saving it. If you're saving it on a jump drive or something, you can do that too. So close that, and then do the Extract All, and select the folder you want it to go to. So of course, since this is on my desktop, I go to my desktop, and GIS Textbook Data, Chapter 5 Data. I'm not going to do it because it's already there, so I'm going to cancel, but you would hit Extract and OK, and it would send all the information there. So once you have your data extracted, I would just double check that everything's there. It should be. So you go into the folder where you sent it, and again, I actually already started the lab, so this is all the stuff there's a lot of extra stuff that shows up in here, but basically you should have this C5 Pro geodatabase icon, and if you click on it, it looks like this. So don't do anything with these. Don't touch them. It looks unreadable here, but that's all what it looks like when it's working in Arc Pro. So we'll close that down, and we'll just go quickly into opening up Arc Pro and starting up the assignment. So when you open it up, if it's your first time, you will be asked to log in. So you want to log in using your username that has _CWC on it. Okay. When you're in here, and let me just backtrack just a second just to say, when you're doing this lab, there's a lot of detail moving through all of the instructions. Just take your time, read it slowly, go over it if it doesn't make sense, because there's some things where you feel like you might read one step and think, okay, I can do that. And then you read the next step and you realize, oh, he's actually elaborating on that step before. So read what you're supposed to do and maybe read ahead a little bit, and stuff might actually fall into place a little more. So if you're starting to look at the lab, he has a lot of instructions for just getting into Arc Pro, what kind of an account you need. But what we're concerned with here is the stuff starting on page 168, section 5.2, getting started working with the project in Arc Pro. Again, this is simple stuff, but I'll just show you quickly. You want to create a blank map template, so you're going to click on that icon. And you want to be sure and navigate to the folder where you just extracted your data to. Okay. So in my case, it was the desktop. It was GIST Textbook Data, Chapter 5 Data. And I click OK. Okay. So you want to have the location correct, but you also want to have the name. It's useful to just use the name he suggests. I sometimes think it just gets confusing to use something original, even though you might want to feel compelled to do that. In this case, he calls it C5 Pro. I'm going to put the number 2 in there since this is the second time I'm doing this, so that just denotes that it's version 2. And make sure you have that unclicked. Create a new folder is unclicked. And you hit OK. And that should open everything up. All right. Cool. I'll pause here really quick. Okay, you guys, just skipping ahead quickly to page 181 of the lab, section 5.9. I wanted to show you this part because it's not the same. The lab was written for Arc Pro 2.3, and this is clearly one of those instances where it's changed since he wrote the lab directions. So just to save you a little bit of searching around. Part C, it says point 2. You have to go, so I'm just going to show you what you're supposed to do as opposed to what he says in the directions. To kind of replicate what he does in the book, you click this little box here, and you go to Provider Settings. and then you add the data there. I think he wants you to add Cal Airports. Okay, it shows up there. And then this is all the same in the book. You hit the back button here though to go back to your main thing, and then you are supposed to uncheck those two, ArcGIS and XY. And that way when you do your search, I think it's on step 7 and 8, and then it'll come up from San Diego. And there it is, right there. Okay, so as far as the rest of the lab, it's pretty straightforward, even if it's your first time doing it. Again, like I said, just take your time, and you should be able to work through this pretty easily. And if you come across any issues or questions, of course, we have our tutors on hand, and you can also send me an email. But I think this should be pretty easy for you guys to do. So I wish you the best of luck with this, and I will see you guys elsewhere in the interwebs. Bye.